Hello everyone. This video is the continuation of part 2 of authentication and authorizations. The last video we have seen that user registration. Now in this video we are going to learn how to do that login and authentication. So once you are going to click and login, so we're going to start. Just close this window, close all form, all document, and now open the solution explorer. Going to create, open that account controller, and here you can see that there is a index. So in this index we are going to design that a login window. Just go to the view, and here need to add that one css. Go to the registration css view. Where is the view? Register. Copy this and paste it here for login. Just paste this css design. Now I'm going to start using html.begin form, and it will be redirect to that your action method index. Then your controller name is account, and next with the form method is the post, then that is the attribute. That is it. First, now going to create that a view model. That view model, I'm going to write class login view model. In that login view model, we have to use that username, first one is that username. It should be registered with the username, and next one is that your password. Two things I'm going to use, and open that controller and go to the view, and here need to call that model. Now I'll start. First one is that legend, and inside that field set just copy that and paste it here. Okay, that legend I'm going to use that login user, and inside that you have to write that div will be the class container, then inside that row, and again that is class row, then class form group. First one is that your html dot label form, that is a model dot username. Otherwise, if you want, then we can write like, you can use that email instead of username. I'm going to use that email, so paste it here. This one will be the email. Then new that class will be label control. Same, I have added that both that field, that email, and next one is that your password. So this one is a password for, and after that I have added the button. Okay, that is a login. Next I'm going to use that data annotation, system.component model dot data annotation, and just for here this will be display name, will be your email, the name will be email, then required, that is error message will be email is required. Email is required. Then next is that email address. That error message is that your error message will come like a enter valid email address. Okay, that is done. The next for password, just copy this two. This one will be the password, and this one here it will be the password is required. That two things. Now if you will run the application, we will try to open that login page, run the application. Now open that login. Now you can see that this one is the email and this one is the password. So you can write like that. Okay. So this is invalid. So if you will write like a MVC at gmail.com, that is okay. Now if we click this login, then we will just close. Now open the account controller and open this, copy and paste it this one, and this it will come that login view model, and this one will be the HTTP post. So create the variable of login view model. This one will be the HTTP post. So here I am getting that your email address and password. First of all, we are going to check something, if particular user ID is exist or not. So if that users dot any model dot your email is equal to your object dot email. If it will be this one will be the false, then it will return the error. So error is a model state dot add model error. First one is empty, the next one is a email is not valid. Okay, then return view that particular object. Okay, one thing we have checked that if it's that is any, and we are using the negation, if it will be that true, then it will be image is not valid, that you will get the error message. One more thing we have to add here, that inside that here we can write in the container one div class row and div class that form group, that is a summary HTML dot validation summary true. That is true. Okay, first thing we have checked that one particular email is valid or not. Once if it's valid, then we have to start. Now one more thing we need to do that one, because that we have added that one, that particular with that salt and your password. So you have to take that one, that particular salt. So how you will get that one? So open that here that user, that obj user, that copy toss user dot single or single only, that model dot email equal to your email obj dot email. So much thing we need to check here. First we'll check that if object dot is verified. Okay, if it's true. If it's a false, then again it will be return the error message. Your email is not verified. Please check link and confirm. Okay, that one thing we have verified that one, If it's not verified, then it will return the error message. Next, we have to check that one, that salt. So salt should be in the byte array, but we have inserted into the salt. So salt will be your object user dot salt, that user salt. But this one is as a strings. We need to convert this one to your byte array. So how you will convert? So just you need to add that encoding. So encoding dot ASCIE dot get bytes. Now byte array. Now you convert it to that byte array. Okay. Now okay. Next one, it will become that byte array with that your conversion, that password conversion. This one also it will come as a byte array. So open that one, that particular folder, that is a crypto service. I am going to use the crypto service. So open that here crypto service dot. So what that is a compute that. So what is that? Your first one is that your data. So you can see here that is your data. So this one here, what you are going to pass that particular password, we need to convert into byte array. So your byte array byte password. So first need to convert your password. So how you will convert? Same like that, ASCII dot get bytes. Okay. So this one is your password. Now your password also is converted to that byte array. So that's that first one is that your, just check that what you are going to pass. First one is that your data. So data is your password. So that is a byte password. Next one is your salt. So salt need to pass. Okay. That also it will return as a byte array. See, I'm getting that one. But now need to convert this password that to string. So this password need to convert as a string, because this one is a byte array, so need to convert. So same like that is same procedure is that encoding dot sky dot, here is that get bytes, but I want to get a string, so just write that get a string. That's a simple. So you are getting that one, that particular string. Okay. So that I got the password. Now we need to check match with that password. So if that what you save your password dot your user password is equal to, it will match. If it will match, then it's okay. If doesn't match, so we have to write like state dot error email and password is invalid. Okay, that is done. If it's not match, so what procedure we are doing here, we are just adding that one. First what we are doing, first we are getting that one, that particular salt what we have saved in the database, that is a user salt. This was salt I'm getting. So that particular salt, that because that particular salt is in a string, so need to convert into that byte array. So there are same things, I am passing that one, that particular password, then also we are converting to the byte array. So that after that we are converting that particular with that your password and your byte array, what you have enter and the salt. So we conversion we are doing. So we after that we are matching that one. If it both will match, then your password is valid, otherwise it's not valid. There is some, because we have used here that one is for conversion to base 64 string. So this one need to be changed. This one will come to the convert dot from base 64 string. This would be here. It should become like this. Oh, okay. Now everything has been done. Here what you are doing, the convert base 64, then it's encoding that particular to byte array, then we are matching. Here we are matching that one, that particular. Once you will get that one, that particular index, here you will get that error message once that email address and password will be invalid. So first here this one should be that null, the new class should be text changer. Okay, that is done. So what after that, once that it will be matched, first I'm going to check with that if it's matching or not. So just run the application. So first I'm going to click on a login. Okay, just enter the email address. I'm going to enter wrong password, this wrong password, just one click. So here you will see that one email and password is invalid. If I'm going to enter that wrong email ID, just enter the wrong email ID and password, just check that one. What's the other email is not valid. Okay, now I'm going to enter the correct email ID, this one too, and password. Yeah, everything is okay. It's like you are not getting any message. Now I will start that one. Just close. Now from here, first what we will do, we'll go to that Solution Explorer, open that web config file, because I'm going to use that form authentication first. So to write like a form authentication. So in that system.web, go to here and here need to write like authentication. That mod will be the form authentication, and just here if you're going to use that form, because this one is a form, then login, go to that login URL. So login URL will be that your home/index. That is that your login URL. Okay, that is it. That I have registered that one. This one is the form authentication. Now close this one. Okay, now we have to register if it's everything is okay, because once that password is matched, then we can start from here. We are going to write like a form authentication. Okay, system.web.security, that's set auth cookies. So what actually is the set auth cookies? That is here. First one is that username. What's the username? That is your, will get here, that is your email address. Sorry, this one is your email address. Okay, next one is that create persist cookie, that I'm going to write by default with the false. The next one is that cookie path, so I'm not going to use this one. Okay, so see, because before going to that call this one, so I have to check that one what role actually it's assigned that particular user, because once you are going to open that SQL server, so SQL server, because once that particular email is verified, so it's registered into that user role. Once you are going to open that one, because okay, just need to add the default one. This one was the one. Okay, that add that one. So this one is already assigned. This one, once you are going to verify, then this one will be automatically assigned. Okay, next if you will check that one, if you open the role table, you will get that this one is a normal. So I want to know that which actually role is assigned. So how you will get that, because this particular value need to be get that one. So where, just enter the where role name. So here you have to use that from obj user in, so we from where we will get dot users, that one. So next one will be that your join. Okay, so join, this one actually you have to another table. So what is that another table? That is no, sorry, this one should come like a your user role. this one user role. So here it will come that obj user role. So, okay, so we have to join with a role table, so that is a role, so we'll know that one. Watch role name, so here that is that role ID. Then this one also I'm going to give the name that obj role. This one also it will be role ID, that role ID. Okay, then select, only we need role name, so obj dot role name. That's simple. So here, because if you have assigned multiple roles, just like if you will look here, that is if I assign to the normal and admin, if two role if I'm going to assign, so it will come like a array of a that's two role. So this one need to convert to because we need to convert to that one string, because multiple role will come, so we have to concate with the one string. So here I'm going to write like a, this one I need to change that one roles. Here it will come that role name. So role name, so we need to split by the comma, so we're going to write like a roles dot, or sorry, string dot join, so it will be roles comma then roles, that will come. Okay, this one. Now with that already we have set that cookies. The next one, to write like a form authentication ticket, so we have to write like a ticket equal to new form authentication ticket. So what is the version? I'm going to write a 1. Name is same like that, this one, that email. The next one is the date issued, so it will be the date time dot now. The next one is the date expiration. I'm going to expire dot add minutes, that 5, add minutes 5. The next will is position as false, and after that, that is a user data. I'm going to write like a this role name, this one. Okay, that is done. So next that I'm going to encrypt that ticket, so just write like a where encrypted ticket equal to, so encrypted ticket will be that form authentication dot encrypt so that your ticket will be encrypted. So this one is the encrypted. Okay, that your ticket has been encrypted. Then http context dot response dot cookies dot add. So what is that is required? That is a http cookie. So need to add that http cookie. That is a http cookie. That is a path cookie equal to new http cookie, that form authentication dot form cookie name that encrypted ticket. This auth cookie should be added here. Then it will be that. After that, redirect to, I'm not going to use that view, I'm going to use the return, redirect to action. So action, first one is that your action name, that is the index I'm going to write. Second one I'm going to use that home, that is done, because otherwise you can redirect to that. If you're going to use that dashboard, so you can redirect to the dashboard. So that particular thing has been done. This particular, if you will look at this particular thing has been done. So next one we have to use that logout. Now open that your layout page first. layout he and I have created one parcel view. Just open that parcel view. Here I have mentioned this particular things for once that user is not registered. Once that registers, so we need to check that one if request dot is authenticated. Once that one is authenticated, that it should become different, and if it's not authenticated, then this should come. Once it's authenticated, so instead of login, then it should come that logout. So here that index, it will become that logout, and here that also it will be logout. So this action method we need to create. Another one is that just copy this one and paste. So instead of this, we have to change the name. That particular name will come. So here http context dot current user dot identity dot current user that is the. So we have to create that one because this one is not required. This one also it's not required. That is done. The next one I have to create that logout on action method in the account controller. For a speed thing, I'm going to write like a public action result that logout. Okay. Then I have copied that one. First is the sign out that says an event, and then I'm going to copy that particular cookie that also going to expire. The next one is the return, the redirect to the action. That first action name will be that I'm going to use that index. The next controller name I'm going to use that home controller. That part also has been done. Okay. That logout also has been done. That all things, that login parser, that is done particular. Next, I have to, for authorization, what we have to do, that open that your global.axs, that particular, that if you see that is the application.start. And one, okay, first I'm going to write like that authentication part. So that one I'm going to write for the authorization. Here it will be the protected, that void, so application underscore post authentication request. Okay, that particular request will be that first one is the object, that is the sender, that event args, event your args, yeah, that event args, that is the e. Okay, that is application underscore post authentication request. So that is the application post underscore post authentication request. Okay, now you have to write like a authenticate auth cookie equal to http your context dot current. So what actually we have registered while the login, so that I will get from here. So here once because what we'll do, we will get that what actually roles we have assigned. So that is a current dot request dot cookies. So cookies here also that we have mentioned that one form authentication dot your form cookie name, that one. So that same things we have mentioned while a login. Just open the account controller, then that go to the login part. So if you go to the login part, here also we have mentioned that form cookie name also. See that value I'm getting. Okay, next. So here only need to or ticket. First we will check that if it's a null. Okay, and next one I'm going to check that one if it's not expired. Before that, what we'll do, so first I have to check that one auth cookies. If it does not equal to null, then so form authentication ticket, so form or auth ticket, I'm going to write like a auth ticket equal to, now need to decrypt that one, because first here in the account control set, here we are doing that one encryption, that form authentication dot encryption, but for here I have to decrypt that one. So form authentication dot decrypt. So what thing is required for that? That is your auth cookie dot value. Okay, this one, so this should come here. That is this one called auth ticket, and this one here, that is expired. This is not expired, then we'll get that rules. So which we have assigned. So auth ticket, in the auth ticket we have assigned that one, that particular rule. Will show that one first. Write like a is a data split. So split with, otherwise this one will be a single quote. Okay, then http context dot current use dot user into new, that is system dot security dot principal dot generic principal, that new forms identity. So forms identity, what will be the identity? That is your auth ticket. The next one is that your rules. Okay, now this part also has been done. Now that is done. So what we have done here, first here I am getting that one, that but auth cookies, what we have doing with that login times, then we are decrypting that one, that particular ticket, then checking that one if it's expired or not, and then second one is that null, or if it's a null or not. So that particular things we are assigning to that auth cookies with that current user, that with that role. Okay, so that particular role, that also if you will look here, that here we are assigning that one in that ticket, that form authentication ticket, we are assigning that role. So that particular role we are getting. So while every time then once you are going to call with the controller on action method, that time it will match with that your role name. Okay, next what we will do, that if it's invalid, that particular that once you are going to assign that role. Okay, but if it's not particular valid for particular action method, just like say for that one user I have assigned that you can check that home particular contact. So but if you they will try to open that index or something about action method, that it's same times it should be redirect to that another page. So now I'm going to use that, create one folder, add folder, that is the filters. Okay, in that filters I'm going to create that one, that authorize attributes. So that one, write one class. So here that one things, if it's unauthorized, then it will be redirect to that another page. So this one I'm going to write like a custom authorize attribute. Okay, that particular custom authorize attribute. So what I'm going to implement, that is a authorize attribute. Okay, in that authorize attributes, that I'm going to use that override that handle unauthorized request, that particular. Okay, so for again I'm going to create one controller. What is that? That is the error controller. So otherwise unauthorized controller, unauthorized, that particular controller I'm going to create. Click on add. Okay, So here I'm going to create one action method, action result, that is a access denied. So it will return that particular view. Okay, just add this one, add. So access denied, you are unauthorized to access that page. Okay, this one, you are unauthorized to access that page or this page. Later we'll add that one, that particular tip we can add in something just for now. And okay, that close. So we are using unauthorized controller now because here we need to use that particular. Okay, now we write to redirect to route result. So this one, so here I'm going to write like a route data, route data. This one will be your null. So if http context dot current dot user equal to null, if it's null, so what we'll do, we are going to redirect to that login page. If it's a null, that particular current user is not login and someone try to access that particular page, so first time it will be redirect to that login page. So we need to write like a route data. So actually we are doing the routing here, that new redirect to route result. So here also redirect to dictionary, this one also, and inside that what we'll do that one inside. So first we have to assign that one controller. So that controller will be that your account controller. Next will be that your action. So action will be your, what's the action name? That will be the index. Okay, just need to add here, add the, okay, that is done. Okay, so it's only first it will check that one, if his user is a null, then it will be redirect to that your login page. So this one is that account, that index. The next, else, same things need to copy and paste it. So here that it will be redirect to the unauthorized controller, and action method name is access denied. It is done. It's a simple. Now we will start. So we have to use that for custom authorized attribute. Just copy this one, and what you will do, let's create one more controller, that is going to use that employee controller. Simple. So here we are going to check add view, click on add. One more things need to add, that is that view already added. Go to that layout page, and inside that layout page just copy this one. Here we have to use that employee. So this one will be the index, and this one is the employee. Now we're going to start one by one. Unauthorized, so this one will be custom authorized. Okay, this one is the custom authorized, because I didn't mention that, for time being I am not mention that role. Okay, but this one is the custom authorized. Now I'm going to add that role. So role, that is a normal. This one is a normal, because first one, if we will look here, this one is a normal. Now if we run the application, Now if you are going to click here, see it's redirecting to the employee page, but this should not happen because we have missed something here. We have to we have to write like a filter context dot, that is the result. So we have to remove the result, that is your route data. That one we miss, that this one register. Now I will run the application. Okay, that now it's open, because see first times it's not login. You can see here this one here it's mentioned that login, it's not login right now. Once I am going to click employee, then it should be redirected to the login page, because here we have mentioned that if this context is equal to null, or if it's that particular current user dot identity name is empty, that times it will be redirect to that account controller, that index method. Okay, next time if it's if it will be that already login but role is not assigned, that times it should be redirect to that unauthorized access denied. Okay, now open the first I am going to click here that employee, just see it should be redirect to that your login page. Now next times I am going to hide this one because it's not assigned, so it should be hide. Okay, now I will try to log in, just paste the login ID and password. Okay, click on login. Now here if you will look here that it's that email ID is here, then log out. Okay, that you can say that log out. Now if you are going to click employee, so you can see here that employee, it's going to be redirect to that employee page, that index employee one. Okay, that once you are going to click on log out, just click that log out, so it should be that come to the home page. Again if you are going to click on employee, it should be redirect to that employee, that login page. You can see it's login page. Okay, next what we'll do, we because here I have mentioned, if you will look here, that go to that employee controller, this one is that normal. Okay, but let's see if I'm going to change this particular to admin, only admin, but for that for particular user I have assigned only for normal. This one I have assigned for normal only. If you look here, that user role, it's assigned for normal. Role ID 1 is normal. Okay, now if we will look, if I'm going to run this application, so this particular employee is assigned only for admin. Admin can access this particular employee only, but for I'm going to try to open this one, so it's redirect to that login page, email ID and password. That this particular email I have assigned that for normal, that role is normal only, but for access of that particular employee, that you have to be role that admin. Okay, now log in this one, so that is successfully login, that you can see here that email ID and logout is displaying here. Once I am going to click that employee, it should be redirect to that your unauthorized access. So click on employee, you can see here it's redirect to the unauthorized access denied, so you are not authorized to access this page. Correct? So once you are going to click here, that you are not authorized to access this page. Okay, because before we check that one, it was a normal. Once that assigned to the normal, then you can access this one, but if it's that admin, you are not allowed to access this particular employee. Okay, so I'm going to hide this one. So once that you have not registered, I'm going to hide this one. Just click on logout. That's it's successfully log out. Now open that Visual Studio, close this one, open that layout page. Just here you can see here layout. I'm going to hide once you are not authorized. Just what you have to do, that one you have to write like if user dot is in role. So this one only for admin can access. So just paste this one. Now if you run the application, only admin can see that one. Just you can see that page has been loaded, but you cannot see that employee link here, right? You cannot see the employee link. Now you are trying to access that particular employee link. Okay, just register, but for this user we know that one we have assigned only for normal role. normal role we have assigned. Once you are going to log in also, that also you cannot see, because this one only for admin. This particular employee only admin can see. Once you're going to click on login, that still you cannot see that one, because that particular for this employee only admin can see that one. Now I'm going to change this one, just log out. If I'm going to change this one, just close this one. This one I'm going to change to the normal. Okay, this one also you can change, and one more place, that is employee controller. Here also I'm going to change to normal. Okay, normal role. Now if we'll run the application, now that employee link will can access by the normal who have assigned that normal role. Just click on login, just paste and enter the password, click on login. Now you can see that employee also link active. Once you are going to click on employee, that also that times you can use that. See, now you can access that employee also. You can see that logout, that email ID, that all things is here. Okay, once you are going to click that logout, it's disappear. You see, it's a disappear. You cannot access like this also. Just going to click that employee, simple. Just redirecting to the login page. You see. Now we'll see that what we have done till now. Just close. So first we'll open that account controller. Open that. Your account controller. Okay, this one, account controller. Here we are checking that one. First we are checking that one, that particular email is exist or not. Before that we have designed that. So go to that view. Here we have designed that one begin form, that is index, form method, all those things, and HTML validation summary. You can see here that validation summary here. Okay, that all. First one is that email, second one is that password, and one more thing we have added, that is a validation summary here. Okay, that class is the text enter. That particular design has been I've created here. Now close this one. Open the account controller. Once you are going to click on a login, so it's redirecting, because that one is a HTTP post, so it's redirecting to that this particular, calling this particular action method. So first I am checking that one particular email is exist or not. So we are using that link, that any, that lambda expression. We are checking with that email exists, or if it not exists, then it's returning that one, that email is not valid. Okay. Second, I am checking that one, if okay, that particular email is exist, but next I am checking that if it's verified or not. If it's not verified, then it will give that message to just go to that your email and check that link, and once you are verified that particular email, then it will be active. Okay. Next, if you will open that one, that particular, I am converting that particular salt, because once we are going to use that encryption, that we needs that byte array, but we have stored that particular salt in that string format. So because of that, I have to convert into that byte array. Okay, so for that I am using that from base 64 string. Okay, next one, that particular that string we need to convert into byte array, because this one, that particular salt is already as a byte array, but we have converted to the byte array to convert it to a string. That's why we are using that from base 64 string, because this one is already as a byte array, but it's in string format. So that's why we are using that from 64 string. Okay, so it will convert to the byte array. So this one is actually is a string. So this one I want to convert into byte array. So we are using that encoding.utf.getBytes. Okay, so that one, it will return that byte array. So this one we have in the previous video we have created that one crypto service. So this one I am converting into that byte array. So we are passing that one particular password, so which under salt, because this one is a salt is that random generation. Okay. Next one, that actual password, for actual password, this one that particular byte array I am going to convert into that string. So because that particular strings we have saved to the database, so we are matching here. If it's not matching, it's returning that email and password is invalid, and if it's returned, so we are checking that one, that particular role, which role assigned. Okay, by default, once you register, we are assigning default to that normal role. Okay, next if I'm getting that role name, so next I'm authentication, set auth cookies, then I'm generating the ticket, so I'm decrypting the ticket. So here you can see the one, sorry, I'm encrypting the ticket and saving into that cookies, that particular cookies, and redirecting to the action method, so that particular index action and home controller. Okay, same times I have created one logout function, that logout session abandoned, then cookies expiring and deleting that cookies, that all those things we are going to that expire. Okay, and again I am redirecting to the home and index method. Okay, next I have created that one, open that login partial. So here I am checking that if request dot authenticated, so I am displaying that particular name, that is particular http context dot current user dot identity dot name and logout. If it's not authenticated, so it's displaying that for register, uh, regist- register it will displaying, and login if it's not registered. Next one, I've created that filter. Before that I have added that at global.esx. If you look here, this one, that cookie, what was the encryption, here I am decrypting, and one more, that custom authorization, that one, that particular attributes. Here actually we are, what we are doing, that one we are just redirecting to, if we are not going to use, it will work, but it will be redirect to that login page. But once you already log in and you are trying to access some unauthorized things, so it will be redirected to that unauthorized page. So I have created that unauthorized controller, and action method is access denied, and this one is also required. You have to register that one, filter context dot result. And this one I have used that one here, custom authorize that assigning that one normal. If you have multiple role for but this action method, so you can write by comma separated. Okay, I hope it's clear. Thanks for watching.